We will now discuss important principles that you should apply when preparing your spreadsheet model. The first principle is simple is better. You can build a complex, mechanically perfect model, which is practically useless. Keep it simple. You may hear statements such as revenue drives the bus with these free cash flow models. This is not entirely true. NOPAT drives the bus, and NOPAT is determined in stable growth by return on invested capital. This is assuming the net working capital and net long-term asset ratios don't change. After you've finished forecasting financial statements over the forecast period, you should calculate the implicit return on invested capital for each forecast year. This is necessary to check the reasonableness of your forecast financial statements. The return on invested capital for your company should display one of three general patterns over the forecast period. The ROIC should remain near current levels when the company has a sustainable advantage, or the ROIC should trend towards the industry or economic median, or the ROIC should trend towards the company's cost of capital, its WACC, in the long run. The reason why the company's ROIC should display one of these three general patterns over the forecast period is eventually there will be a lack of new projects. The availability of positive NPV projects will get fewer as the company grows, and there will be fewer opportunities for the company to exploit. This is the case unless the company is able to sustain a competitive advantage over the long run. If the company has a competitive advantage, you should have identified this when undertaking the groundwork prior to building the valuation model. Another important principle is be careful with the layout of your Excel spreadsheet. You should use separate worksheets for separate functions within the model. You should ensure user input and market data are only collected in a select few places in the spreadsheet. In addition, you should denote that user input and market data with different cell colors. The final principle is avoid hard-coding cells in your spreadsheet. You should use formula wherever you can. This is a good idea for a number of reasons. Firstly, after building your model, if you've used dynamic formula instead of hard-coding the cells, then you'll be able to quickly and efficiently change the inputs and parameters of the model and see the effect on the valuation. This will come in handy for sensitivity analysis. Secondly, the continuing value component is sensitive to changes in its parameters. If you've set up the continuing value using dynamic formula, you can quickly alter the parameters and see the effect on the valuation. Being able to change and efficiently manipulate the parameters and inputs of your model will help you to gain a better understanding of your valuation model, the fundamentals of the business, and the share price of the company. Next, we will compile a free cash flow model for a company called Tescow Limited. We will do this in Excel.